Last time, our fearless trainer narrowly escaped a very close battle with Erica en route to becoming a... Yeah, no, I'm kidding. That's enough of that before we get in trouble. So it's been a while since the last part came out. The end of last year got pretty crazy, to be honest, but to avoid spilling my guts like so many other people on the internet, I'm just gonna leave it at I got sad and became complacent. So we're gonna get right back into things here. We're gonna infiltrate a crime syndicate that has an illegal gambling ring going on in Celadon City. It's not really what I did as a kid, but here we are. Now, most of the trainers in here are crap. I mean, probably because they're severely ill from all the spinning puzzles. So we bring the smackdown on all of them, and then also open a can on Giovanni. Now, we're also going to be rating the antagonists, or the big bads of each game. This being Team Rocket. Now, there's not really that much to unpack with Team Rocket. Now, they were in other games, but we're going to cover their presence in those when the time comes. So for now, we're just going to go over what they did in this one. They're extremely disorganized, and aside from capturing Mewtwo, the only two operations they undergo in the game are thwarted by a child. Now, am I the only one that gets like Elon Musk or Jeff Bezos vibes from Giovanni? Just like obscenely rich individuals that throw money at everything and never really seem to solve anything? So we head back to Lavender Town to get our ghost busting on, but we're faced with more threats from Gary. I mean, what kind of insolent prick is throwing shade to a child in a cemetery like this? You know, it's no wonder his parents aren't around. Now, aside from the Eevee he stole from us in the beginning of the game, his party is still full of the most common Pokemon in all of Kanto. So after we unalive Cubone's mother a second time, we run into those Team Rocket cats that Smoke Tide Pod's like super obsessed about. Then we rescue the damsel in distress at the top of the tower, who gives us the flute to catch the most powerful Pokemon in the game, who we sadly only catch one of. Yeah. We do fortunately catch the second one over by Celadon City and name him after the homie Nexaf. Shout out to you, buddy.
We then hold off until level 42 to evolve our Charmeleon so he can learn Flamethrower before becoming Charizard.
While journeying through the Safari Zone, we find the Warden's gold teeth, which leads us to believe he's probably been doing some really weird stuff with the wildlife out here. Anyway, I digress. This guy gives us surf and we head to the gym. Now we arrive at the gym with the not-so-invisible walls. And all the Pokemon we've been encountering up until this point have been level 30 or below, and even just the standard gym trainers in here have Pokemon as high as level 38, but Koga has a Venomoth that's level 50, so be careful.
At the end of the game, I'm gonna throw that fucking Master Ball at Mewtwo. We're gonna call it. When this is all said and done with, we're gonna do a Mewtwo and Chill stream?
Mewtwo and Chill, huh?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. A Mewtwo and Chill stream. We just lost Shelf. We just lost better Shelf.
And just like that, a man takes one too many, hits fast forward, and a Primeape dies. Say no to drugs, kids. Don't let this guy down like my generation did. Fresh after the burial of Shelf, we run into Gary, who's been waiting for us this whole time in the tower, and apparently was hoping that Team Rocket would do away with us. And they're apparently a lot more competent than he is because they almost succeeded. Very thankful to this guy for being one of the only people in this whole building that rewards us for rescuing him. We faced Giovanni for the second time, and at this point, we're kind of able to assess Team Rocket as this is the end of their written presence in the game. Now, to rate their overall ambition, we're going to give them about a 6, maybe 6.5, because they were able to take over the most powerful and rich corporation in the entire game, but they were thwarted by childhood plot armor, and we are going to hold that against them because some entities in later games do get away with it. So their effectiveness is only getting a 5. They're not great, but they're not terrible either. So we enter the non-gym, and something weird here is that these people have devoted their life to martial arts just to have their Pokemon fight for them. It's like some David Goggins shit. Meanwhile, at the actual gym, and that's when it happened. We were fighting Sabrina, and everything was going really smoothly until she hit a crit with Psychic, and my sphincter receded all the way to my throat. We spent the next few minutes painstakingly stall fighting her and did pretty well, but then this happened.
The Psywave killed Bent. That's not good. That's not good.
No. No.
Pikachu, can you outspeed? Oh, this might have been a terrible idea. It recovered, but I'm in a Thunder Wave. You know, we're gonna go. We lost Bent. This might be a bad idea, but we're gonna do it. Britties, come on. Get the earthquake off.
After some keister acrobatics, we finally got lucky with a crit of our own and finally brought the beast down.
Releasing my fucking Kadabra. That's 2 Pokemon down in this stream. That's brutal. But we'll see what we have in the PC to replace that Kadabra with. Because I've caught in a lot of Pokemon. A lot of really cool ones. We got that Cubone now. Dude, you know what we got? Next F?
What?
We got you.
Armed with our new replacement Pokemon, we finish off the rest of the remaining trainers available to us and work our way down to Cinnabar Island. It's dawning on me as I'm recording this, not only is this one of the most disorienting places in my childhood memory in a video game, but it is also strongly reminiscent of if Mewtwo were to destroy the back rooms. I want to talk about my theory of the mansion. It's obviously where they cloned Mew to make Mewtwo. He then destroys the lab and Giovanni comes under possession of Mewtwo through gaslighting and manipulation. Now obviously Giovanni doesn't hold possession of Mewtwo in this game, or at least not in this timeline as we just wiped the floor with him. But what if this is a post-Pokemon the First movie scenario in which Mewtwo has already destroyed his new rebuilt island and taken all of the clone Pokemon to the Cerulean Cave? And that would explain why the Pokemon there are so powerful and rare. At this point, we're adequately trained and leveled to take on the last 2 gym leaders and make our way to the Elite Four. We stack up on amnesias using Snorlax to get through Blaine and Giovanni super quick. And let's talk about the massive hole in the plot that Giovanni, who is a known criminal overlord, is a gym leader in this game. It just doesn't make sense. So we encounter Gary again, who has the strongest iteration yet of his team, but we just do the amnesia stack and sweep his entire team like we did the last 2 gym leaders.
Smell you later, nerd.
And here it is, the last 5 trainers that separate us from the end of the game. Our entire run has been leading up to this moment, and thankfully, Lorelli stands absolutely no chance against our Pikachu.
Oh no!
Oh, the miss.
I didn't mean to use Blitz Thunder that time. I was trying to use
no.
Thunderbolt. No, Pikachu, don't! No! No! The end! We lost Pikachu at the fucking end! No! Because of a misclick!
Yep.
Fucking God, kill me now!
Fast forward right now, boy.
God fucking damn it!
So yeah, that happened. I'm probably not the first person to lose a starter in a Nuzlocke, but I'm probably the first person to lose Pikachu in yellow. And just like all choked runs, the rest of it goes surprisingly easy with no letbacks. I pretty much sweep through the remainder of the Elite Four and Lance, and even Gary doesn't really prove to be that much of an issue. So now we're going to get on to the final bit on the rating of our rival here, Gary. Now his dialogue here is actually some of the coolest dialogue any Pokemon League champion ever gives, maybe even any character in a Pokemon game for that matter in my opinion. And not to mention the battle music against Lance and Gary are legit top tier gaming music.
Oh my god, this music's so dumb.
So late in this, I have also decided to rate the rivals on their music. Gary has his noted iconic music as he's walking around on the overworld. But the majority of his battles throughout the game, he only has generic trainer music. So I'm going to dock him on that, but because his overworld music is so iconic and his Pokemon League champion music is so badass, we're going to give him a solid 8 here. So now to rate his ability as a trainer, all jokes aside, he was able to capture pretty much every Pokemon available in Kanto and more, and was able to become the Pokemon League champion, only ever losing to us, the infallible main character with impossible plot armor. Now being that's pretty much everything you can do in the game, we're giving Gary a solid 10 out of 10. Now for Gary's morality, 1 being a complete piece of garbage, 10 being a saint. He's not that bad. He can be annoying sometimes, but he's pretty nice overall. Sometimes he can be on the verge of being a bully, but he's kind of just looking out for himself for the most part. So we're gonna give Gary a 5 on his morality. And that's it, Pokemon League champion and our first Nuzlocke complete. I know it's been a while, it's taken me a long time to get the second part of this out, and thank you to those that even remember the first one and have tuned in for this second one. And be sure to check me out at twitch.tv/golden_tater for the Pokemon Crystal Nuzlocke, as well as my first 100 days in Pokeslave, Power World. Golden Tater out.